Welcome to the second episode of Court Helicopter News, where we are looking at the definitions that are used in court. These are definitions that you are learning for free from the Court Helicopter News so that you do not get confused when you hear the media saying this, when you hear advocates saying this and this. So today we are on episode 2, where we are looking at B. Words that start with alphabet of B. The first one is bail. Bail, we have said, is the security in terms of cash. You deposit in court for an accused person to go home so that he'll be coming to court to attend. That is bail. 2, it can be bail at the police station. When somebody has been arrested, you put a cash bail to the police, the OCS, that person, he will come back to court. So bail is to guarantee either appearance in court or appearance before a police officer. Number 2, you hear the term bar, being admitted to the bar. That is being admitted as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. All advocates are admitted to the bar. Then there's the bench. The bench is made up of judges, magistrates, judicial officers, service courts. All of them are called the bench. 3, bar can mean being stopped from doing something, that the court has issued somebody to be barred from doing something. For example, you can be barred from leaving the country, you can be barred from accessing a certain building. Bench, we have dealt with the question of the bench. Then we have the bill of costs. The bill of costs is the legal fees whenever there is a dispute and an advocate and a client, they are fighting of the fees of the advocate. It is called a bill of costs. Holding a brief, very many people get lost. Holding a brief is when I'm not available to go to court. I send my advocate to hold my brief, to represent me instead because I'm not there. They are holding brief. Number 2, a brief means instructions. Whenever a client gives you instructions to go to court, that is a brief you are holding. So brief can be instructions or information you have been given to go to court, or you hold somebody's brief because you are not there. That marks letter B. Let us go still on letter C, alphabetical number C. We start with the first word, calendar. The calendar is as the court hears. For example, the High Court goes on vacation. The High Court does not sit continuously like the Magistrates Court. That is the calendar of the High Court. It goes on vacation around April, it goes on vacation around September, and goes on vacation in December. 2 is what you call a certified copy. All the proceedings in court, once you want to appeal, you apply for them to be typed and proofread, and a certified copy is issued to you. You hear the word chattel. Chattel means personal property. You hear citation. Citations is one can be cited to appear in court. For example, somebody has died, your parents have died, somebody bought land, succession has not been done, the family has refused to go to court to do succession. That person goes to court to cite you, to be summoned to come to court to give evidence. You can be cited by the court and you come to court. So you are issued with the summons. Citation can also mean giving a reference of a case number. All authorities in cases have citation, EKLR. We have East African Law Reports. This is the title and the number of how cases are recorded and are transmitted. We have commitment. Commitment can be one after he has been jailed, he is committed to a particular prison. Committal bundles are brought to court and you are committed to that person. A child who is being taken to a children's home or being taken to a remand home or is being taken to a rehabilitation school, he is committed to that place. So commitment comes on that. Common law. The term common law means the law as practiced in UK. There is the civil law as practiced in the US, but us in Kenya, we use the common law approach in practice. Common law countries are Commonwealth countries where the law is adversarial. Then we have a complaint. A complaint is one where you go to the police and you claim so and so has done this. That is a complaint. When you make a complaint, the police record your statement. You become a complainant. So when you come to court as a witness, you are the complainant. So that is why cases start with you who complained and you are the complainant. Then we have condemnation. What does the term condemn mean? One, if you go to court with the flimsy cases, what we call frivolous, very useless cases, and you lose the case, courts condemn you to pay costs on the party that won. So you are condemned to pay all the costs of the party that has succeeded. So that is what is called being condemned in court. Consanguinity. Consanguinity, we dealt with the under Marriage Act, that this is the level of the blood relationship. A father, a wife, a child, a stepchild, all these determine whether you can marry somebody or you cannot marry somebody. Consolidation. You'll hear the term consolidated matters. If one files one matter here, another person files another matter there, another court has several matters, all these matters, if they are discussing one subject matter, they will all be brought together and be consolidated. And the one file becomes the lead file. So it is called consolidation of those matters. Then we have a contested action. Contested action, for example, if you go to court and you have sued, for example, in succession matter, the other people can come and say, we are not contesting. Let us agree this matter by consent. But if there is no agreement, the matter will be referred as a contested matter, a very hot matter where the lawyers must argue and the prosecution must proceed, or where the advocates for the other sides contest over the matter. A contract. What does the definition of contract mean? The contract is a legal enforceable agreement between two or two people. It is legal and it can be enforced and in writing. But also we have oral contracts, and those oral contracts can be enforced. So contracts can be oral, contracts can be written, but contracts of land sale must be in written. You cannot have an oral contract when it comes to land issues. Corroborate. Corroborate is a legal question in a criminal matter, that the complainant will say this is story. You will bring witnesses to have your evidence being supported by them. That is what is corroboration. That what you said, other witnesses also saw that. You saw a witch doctor running alone. The question is, the court will ask you, who else saw? You have got to bring another witness to say, I also saw the witch doctor at this time. So that is corroboration. Costs, we have dealt with the costs, is what is awarded after you have lost a case or to the other party, or once you have won, you win, you are paid. Counsel. This is very clear and very controversial. We advocates are not called counselors or kanjo. They are called counsels. Any advocate calls another counsel. The judge will call an advocate counsel. It is a term of honor and respect where the legal fraternity call each other counsels. Those advocates who are in the office of the Attorney General are called state counsels in the state law office. Those advocates who are in the DPP's office are called state counsel in the office of the ODPP. Advocates who come to court are called counsels, and they practice under the banner because they are licensed by the ODPP, by the Law Society of Kenya. Counsels are not judicial officers. All judicial officers were counsels at one time before they became counsels. So don't distinguish. Don't call advocates or counsels, and don't call yourself a counsel, because you must be admitted as an advocate for you to be called a counsel. Counterclaim. A counterclaim is when somebody has taken another person to court, alleging this and asking for these prayers. The other party can also file a case within that person's case and also sue the person who went to court. That is called a counterclaim. You don't need to file a different case elsewhere. You can file a counterclaim. Then we have a cross-examination. In court, when you give evidence, whenever you take the dock, the defense team, the advocates will be asking you questions, testing whether the evidence you have given is true or the evidence you have given is not true. That is what you call cross-examination. Let me see if there is any other. Then we have what is called conviction. Conviction is when you have been found guilty and you have been found guilty and you have been sentenced to some issue. Then we have the term count. When you go to court, the prosecutor will charge you with several counts. Count 1, count 2, count 3. In count 1, you must have either conspired to defraud. Count 2, you actually obtained this amount of money. Count 3, you beat up that person. So these are the charges that you'll face. They are called counts. Then we have what is called a crime. A crime is any offense as defined by the penal code or as defined by the law. Then we have what is called the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system is the whole system from the police station to the office of the DPP, to the ESCC, to the Kenya Wildlife Services, to KRA on investigations of a matter. The police investigate. IPOA investigates. They are the entry point for the criminal justice system. Then they go to the ODPP. The ODPP forwards that charge sheet to the magistrate. The judge, the magistrate, that is still the criminal justice system. Once you are found convicted, you are sent to prison because that is where the end of the criminal justice system is. Also, the probation department and the children's department fall in because they are the supporting infrastructure that gives the criminal justice system a process. We have the last one, which is called a criminal trial. A criminal trial is a trial conducted in a criminal court where evidence is adduced and The only person who decides who to appear before a criminal trial is the Director of Public Prosecution. The magistrates who hear this matter or the judges who hear this matter hear these matters as criminal judges or criminal magistrate. That marks second episode where we have dealt alphabet B and alphabet C on the glossary of the terminologies used in court. Keep tuning for third episode, where we shall start now with the letter D, Wakili Danstan Omari. Thank you very much.